my name is Lute and welcome back to my little corner on the internet. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the anime that completely took over my 2024, and that's Wistoria Wand and Sword. So if you haven't watched it and want a reason to watch it, please stick around. So this anime follows Will Surfort, our main character, who dreams of becoming the greatest magician of all time, a Magia vendor, mostly because he's following his childhood friend, Elfia, who already became a Magia vendor at a very, very young age. And he lives in a society that values spellcasters more than anyone else. But he cannot use magic, so instead he has to choose a different path. Well, he already chose one, and he's using a sword. A sword that is not given as much value, actually not given any value at all, to the point where there's this professor who actually hates him so much and thinks he's of low status and doesn't deserve to be in the school because he's the only one who cannot use magic. So the reasons I really loved it is that even if it had a very generic shonen theme, the underdog theme, someone who is obviously very different from anyone else and has to work their way up, I liked just how they didn't make him okay. One, I don't think they showed him struggle as much. I think it was in episode 2 when he had to rescue one of these bullies, Sion, and they showed how just how cool he looked, wielding a sword and everything. I don't know, I expected him to be very feeble at first, very weak, and then maybe had to go through a whole training arc, but instead, like, they just showed how cool and awesome he was, how strong he was, and I don't know, that really blew me and really pulled me in. I was so invested because I was like, wait, like, how long has he been training for? How did he start, learning how to use a sword and all those things? So I think even if the storyline is very generic, it's not anything unique. I just like how they showed him as someone who was strong and powerful, even if he obviously had his own problems. In the beginning, I really like how they did show him in that light. The second reason I really loved it is the animation. I really loved how there's so much detail and just how colorful and vibrant it is. It's very, very bright. Like, the colors are so saturated. But not too saturated to a point that it looks like bad. It still looks very good, but yeah, they really did, I'll say, just go off with the animation. The animation looked very good, it looked very amazing. So if you're one person who really does focus on just how an anime looks, then that's for you. So the second reason I really loved Wistoria is also because of Will Surford and the other supporting characters like Liana, Elfia, as well as Colette, and even Sion as well. So I really like the main character mostly because I think even if he looks, excuse me, even if he looks very, as I mentioned before, feeble, weak, he is also pretty strong. He's really, really strong. He's very determined, and obviously has all the character traits of any other shonen character: determination, always pushing, always going forward, as well as um developing that friendship with the other characters, and then obviously them having that small group, them having each other's back, and so on and so forth, and just how he has these unshakable ideals. He's also just very determined to be with his childhood friend, who I'm sure he also likes. But yeah, that determination is one very, very sweet, and also I think it also just inspires me. I really like shonen animes mostly because of how they just never give up. Like, those have that never give up mentality, always follow your dreams, always keep pushing, like, no matter how many times they're beaten, betrayed. I don't know, it's cliche, it's been there for years now, but it never gets old. It really never gets old. I think it's mostly because it's something that we perhaps always desire for ourselves, but sometimes find ourselves lacking in. So yeah. Also, like the supporting characters, I really like Colette and how she's always there for him. It's definitely giving, obviously, this female friend who likes him and all. And then there's Alfia. Actually, I don't really like Alfia that much. I don't know, to me it just seemed as if she was a damsel in distress waiting for Will to come to her. Though in the manga you do get to see certain sides of her and you do get to see her in action more than you do in the anime. So if you've read the anime and perhaps are waiting for season 2, I would really encourage you to read the manga. It's really amazing, honestly. It's top tier. The third reason I really liked Wistoria is the music. So one thing I've been really paying attention to, at least for the past couple of months, each time I watch an anime that has action, or even just a plain slice of life, very chill, mellow anime, is just how much the music really makes it makes all the difference during the scenes, during emotional moments, when a character is crying or when they're saying something very dramatic. Like, the music plays such a huge role. And the story honestly has a very great, I think they're called OSTs in anime. I used to think K-dramas, like the music, they're called OSTs. But anyway, so the music plays an enormous role. Mostly this scene, I think it yeah. So who should watch Wistoria Wand and Sword? So if anyone who ever liked Black Clover and enjoyed Black Clover, then I think you'd really enjoy Wistoria, because it does follow a similar trend to it, as well as if you like any underdog themes, if you like, fantasy with the magic fights, then this anime is for you. I'm not a fan of anime where they're always shouting out their moves, but you find that a lot in anime where they use magic to fight, because obviously they have to cast their spells and stuff. I'm not a fan of those, but yeah, this does have a lot of that. So that's why I love the Wistoria Wand and Sword. So which anime did you enjoy last year in 2024? Why did you enjoy it? So please share them in the comments. I'll definitely love to check them out as well. And also, just a quick disclaimer, if I would really recommend to read the manga as well, in case you're bored with the anime. But honestly, I don't think you will be. I think you would definitely it would definitely get at least a 7.5 out of 10, which I think is pretty okay in my books. So please read the manga as well if you are into manga. I'm not sure if it does have a light novel, but I think light novels only apply to manhwas. I'm not really sure about that. I've never read a light novel before. I would love to, but yeah, one step at a time. So that's it for this video, and see you in the next one.